Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Will Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and for today's episode of Suki Nihon for Area DMG, we're looking at Adventure Time, Episode 1 of Season 8, Two Swords. So, after the cliffhanger or business last episode, last season, we start with Finn, Jake, Rattleballs, and Susan Strong in the hospital. And Finn is asked to recount a little bit of what happened. But first we get to see Princess Bubblegum affixing a new bionic arm onto Finn. That was going to happen eventually. I mean, they teased it beforehand, and then they got rid of that. Then they went ahead and did it. I don't think they're going to do what they did last time with it. So, yeah. Anyways, here's what happened. After Susan Strong glitched after killing Dr. Gross, and after she glitched and there's that fight between Susan Strong and Finn, the grass sword kind of merged with the Finn sword and became its own entity. And it started, it starts talking to Finn all like, and then slowly becoming Finn. And it thinks it is Finn. They tussle a bit, they get into an argument, and the grass Finn thinks it's Finn. And then the grass Finn's all like, oh, helps Jake up, and Jake who has recovered, is all like, well, no, you're not Finn. You're not Finn at all. So the grass Finn is all like confused by this and runs off. And Finn, Jake, Susan Strong get taken to the little to Bubblegum's little candy hospital or whatnot. Whew, okay. Oh, by the way, there's this pretty great part in there after, Jake recovers. Jake tosses that anchor he was under up in the air, and then lands on him again, which I thought was pretty funny. And then when the Banana Guard gets there, Banana Guard's like, yeah, no, and just dealing with some stuff on the walkie-talkie and not actually doing anything for our heroes who are, incapacitated, which I thought was pretty funny. This show tends to take a little bit of time every now and again to give itself a little bit of improvisational humor. And it does a lot of that in this episode, actually. We're given a little bit about Grass Finn returning to the treehouse and scaring Bimo because, it's Grass Finn. It's not actually Finn. Then we discover that the Grass Finn actually has a bit of Finn's memories, and we get to a little instance about when Finn's sword got broken by the grass sword after the whole thing with the thief princess. And that part there is pretty fantastic. One thing I like about it is it's a little grass demon octopus spider curse thingy, and it invades and starts setting up a little home, wraps up the Finn that's inside the Finn sword, inside of a cocoon. Kind of this Prometheus aliens looking thing here. Then they eventually decide, we are eventually just gonna take a physical form outside the sword in an original body, if you will. And it works. It's pretty cool looking. Anywho, the grass Finn realizes that something's wrong with him. He's Finn, but not really Finn. And this starts freaking out Bimo a little bit more as Grass Finn kind of throws a little bit of a tantrum, if you will. Kind of, if you've ever dealt with somebody who has a learning disorder and hits that mental wall where they're just like so frustrated with what's happening that they may break or throw stuff. This is what's happening to the Grass Finn. Now, we go back to the hospital part there, and Finn is hypothesizing with Princess Bubblegum about what it is. It's like some type of demon, him from another timeline, etc. And Princess Bubblegum goes, no, I think it's you. It's you, even though you're you. And Finn realizes that kind of makes sense. So when Bimo finally calls, Jake and Finn escape the hospital and head on out to deal with Grass Finn, breaking everything. Which leads to this fantastic little sequence where Jake is trying to angrily berate Grass Finn, and Grass Finn's like, nope, not looking at you. Nope, kind of. I thought that was a great moment. And then Finn realizes, wait, no. He has to calm Grass Finn down by... He goes and gets a cupcake that's shaped like his face, and they're like little Finn cakes, which are only for Finns. Get it? And he goes and brings it out there and gives it to Grass Finn. Grass Finn takes it, realizes, oh, this is a problem. I just... Oh, one thing I like about it, the voice actor they got for this, I think Hayden Ezzy, does a fantastic job. Whereas Finn is normally a little high pitched, because he's a young man going kind of, I guess, into puberty about here, and he's got kind of a high pitched voice, like it's up here. His voice is like right up here, and right here, yeah. And this Finn, the Grass Finn, is more down here, more of a mellow, almost older sounding voice, which works out really well to distinguish the two. And I'm looking forward to hearing more of this voice actor. So, after this, after Finn calms him down, he decides to let the Grass Finn just kind of stay with the treehouse for a little while, and that's kind of the end of the episode. One thing I want to mention, we talked about this in an earlier episode in Season 7 about transhumanism, which is, the augmentation, etc., etc. But there's more to that. It's not just augmenting yourself. It's not just what we will be able to do with like glasses or contacts or artificial limbs. Part of transhumanism is also the singularity, where we do find a way to create conscious machines, but also a way to take our own consciousness and put it into a machine, kind of a ghost in the machine type of item. In a way, if I do that, like let's say I were able to take my consciousness, my memories, everything I've done in my life, and apply it to another me, or to another me, or multiple me's, we're all me. We are different, but we're all me. They may have different experiences from the point where that happened, where that upload happened. And that's kind of an interesting concept. Like, is Grass Finn Finn? Yes, Grass Finn is Finn. And Finn is Finn. And that's a philosophical question of what makes you you. And that's kind of why I really love Adventure Time. Because despite being a, quote, children's show, end quote, being a little weird from time to time, this is art. It looks fantastic. The imagery and the interesting concepts they go through a lot of what makes you you. A lot of these shows are about something a little bit more than what's on the surface. And I think that Finn coming to accept that this is me, but this is also me, is a very interesting concept. And I'm glad that they've presented it in this way. Now, I look at this little story arc here, I'm like, well, we'll find something for this one to do, the Grass Finn, and we'll see where that goes. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes, because, quite frankly, I love this show, and I'm so glad it's back. Oh my goodness. I was kind of starving for content in terms of animated shows. I watch a lot of animated stuff. Like Voltron came back and that was awesome. But Steven Universe was kind of a little uneven. But Adventure Time has been, at least for me, frequently consistent. And I did pick up the Islands DVD set, so yeah, we're set. I already actually watched through that after watching this episode, and after watching Two Swords and the next episode after this, you're pretty much caught up for Islands. So you can watch that one and be fine. There's only a couple things they seem to reference in it that I have no idea what they're talking about yet, which I'm looking forward to seeing what those are. And yeah, I liked this episode. What do you guys think of Grass Finn? Or, like, I think they're gonna call him like Fern. Yeah, there's some in the in the Islands miniseries, they refer to him as Fern, so I guess he gets named in like the next episode or whatnot. Anywho, what do you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this show? What do you think of the idea of you and also not being you? The idea of you being multiple entities. Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you like it. And then ring that little bell so you know whenever we put out new episodes. And until the next new episode comes out, you are now caught up.
Nothing good is ever free.